Welcome to this edition of the Mesonet Weather Report. I'm Wes Lee. This past week was officially the start of the summer season. However, it has felt like summer for quite a while. Temperatures reached into the hundreds again on Wednesday, adding to the recent string of days well above what is considered normal for this time of year. Heat index numbers climbed even higher, up to 110 at McAllister. Heat index is the combination of temperatures and humidity levels. For cattle, the news has not been any better. Cattle deaths have been reported in several of the southern plains states. The Mesonet Cattle Comfort Index was developed to help estimate how cattle are dealing with heat or cold issues. The index takes into account the temperature and humidity like heat index, but also wind and sunlight intensity. Wednesday's map made it into the heat danger range as it had for at least the last 2 weeks. Cattle do not perspire like humans and have to pant to expel body heat. They must dissipate a lot of body heat during the nighttime and need at least 6 hours of temperatures below 80 to return to normal. On hot days, do all cattle handling and moving activities early in the morning if possible. And always make sure plenty of water and shade is readily available. Now here's Gary with the latest drought information.
Thanks, Wes, and good morning, everyone. Well, we're in our second week of the great heat wave of June of 2022, and all I can say is, thank goodness we get all that rain previous to that, or we would be in big trouble. As it is, we're still in a little bit of trouble out in western Oklahoma, a lot of big trouble out in the western panhandle, but we can take a look at the newest drought monitor map and see exactly where we're at. Same picture as last week. The first week we've had in a long time where we're status quo. We do have that area of no drought across west central Oklahoma, and that of course fans out into moderate to severe drought as we go north and south. A little bit of that extreme drought in northwest Oklahoma, and then of course the western panhandle, which is in really bad shape. We've gotten a little bit out in the panhandle. Hope we get a little bit more as we go through the rest of the week, but we do see basically over the last 2 weeks not a lot of rainfall. The Mother Nature shut off the faucet and turned up the heat. We can see the extent of the current dry period. We go back a couple of weeks basically where we see the consecutive days from the Mesonet without at least a 1/4 inch of rainfall. Now we're up to 27 days up in Alfalfa County, but basically across the state, 11 to 13 days, some places 15, some places 20, but by and large just about 2 weeks since that rainfall is definitely shut off. And that, of course, coincides with the heat wave. We can take a look at this consecutive days with the maximum air temperatures greater than or equal to 90 degrees from the Mesonet. We see basically 11 to 12 days. Now, of course, some of these folks have had triple-digit temperatures, but by and large, this dry spell and heat wave has lasted on the order of about a couple of weeks. When we look at the topsoil moisture from the USDA, this is the percent short to very short across the state for the week ending June 19th. We do see only 34% of the state, those topsoils considered short to very short, so definitely much better than we were just a couple of months ago when we were up to around 75% of the state. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.